Hi, my name is Father Mike Schmitz, and this is Ascension Presents. So, when I was growing up, I remember coming home from a movie and walking up to my mom. I was a little kid, walking up to my mom and saying, "Mom, do you have any pictures of me in the hospital?" And she's like, "What do you mean? Like, I just want to know. I need proof. Did I really come from the hospital?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Well, did I come from the hospital, or did you find me? Did you and Dad find me?" I just come from watching the original Superman movie, and I was so excited by the possibility that maybe I wasn't actually the son of my mom and dad. Maybe I was actually found in a field somewhere. So then possibly I could be the kind of person who would one day be able to fly, or one day be able to have bullets bounce off my chest, or that kind of thing. Unfortunately or fortunately, I am actually the son of my mom and dad. And so I transferred that from Superman over to Batman. Finding out about, here's a guy, normal human being, who trains himself and devotes his whole life to fighting crime. He's able to do this kind of thing just by sheer practice and training and drive. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. So growing up, followed these stories. I followed these characters. I love Batman. I love Superman. And so when I found out that this coming March, I think, March 2016, is the new Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice movie, I'm like, I'm so excited. I care, because I care about these characters. They shape me so profoundly that I really care about the story. And you should care too. I know it's just a comic book movie. Father, I don't care about comic book movies. I don't care about superheroes. I don't care about that kind of stuff. That's fantastic. That's fine. But you should care about what kind of movie they make. Here's why. First reason is because of this. Because the character of our the character of our heroes shapes the character of our culture. Like, everyone knows this, right? The character of our heroes, who we look up to, who we aspire to, that shapes the character of our cultures. I mean, we've known this. Every civilization, every society, every culture has known this. That's why we tell stories about heroes to our children, because we're saying that's what you can aspire to. I mean, think about this. I think it was the 1908 Boy Scouts of America manual. The edition had a number of chapters, a number of sections on the kind of people that these young boys could look up to. So there's stories about George Washington and his honesty. I cannot tell a lie. You have the stories of Abe Lincoln and his hard work and perseverance in this log cabin in the middle of Illinois. You have stories of Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett and all these other kind of people who are pioneers, and like that sense of saying to young boys, saying that's the kind of hero, that's the kind of person you can grow up to be. What we have in our culture now is we have this kind of pulling down. We like to pull down our heroes. We look up and say, well, George Washington, yeah, but he owned slaves too, Or we say, here's Thomas Jefferson. Well, he actually slept with his slaves, So we don't have these heroes. We say, Abraham Lincoln. Well, yeah, he might have been pretty good, but he suffered with depression. As if that's even a weakness. It's ridiculous. But we take these heroes and we try to bring them down. And if we've leveled the field, if there's no one left to aspire to, then the question is, do you really have anything to shoot for? Is there anyone that you can look up to and strive after? Or is it just kind of, hey, be yourself, even if yourself isn't that remarkable? You could say, well, Father, there's a bunch of superhero movies out there. I don't know if you've noticed that. There's a ton of stories, there's a ton of heroes. Why these guys? Why Batman and Superman? I would say this, because Batman and Superman are the last truly virtuous heroes that we have left. What I mean by superheroes, they're the last truly virtuous superheroes we have left. Yes, there's Iron Man, there's the Avengers, all that whole Marvel universe. But even in that, think about this. One hero. Here's Hulk. What's his thing? He gets really mad and he loses control. That's not really a superhero to aspire to. You have Thor. He's the god of thunder, Norse god of thunder, who's like all the other gods, the Greek gods and the Roman gods. He's helpful, but he's also really fickle. That he's powerful, but he's also really arrogant. And he asked that question, like, is that the kind of person you aspire to? I mean, think of Black Widow. Yep, she helps out. She's also an assassin when she's not helping with the Avengers. You have Iron Man, Tony Stark, who does what he does out of this sense of survivor's guilt. He's incredibly broken. And so what we've done is taken these heroes and stripped them down. Captain America, okay, I'll give Marvel that one. Captain America is the one truly virtuous hero that Marvel has. But by and large, the last truly virtuous heroes that we have, superheroes, are Batman and Superman. That's why, even though it says on the IMDb, plot is unknown, the plot doesn't matter. What matters is the character. Are they going to help make these men, these fictional characters, Batman and Superman, into actual heroes, or are they going to strip them down to make them kind of like more like us? And you could lastly say, Father, but still, I mean, honestly, what would be the problem? Like, why does it even matter? They're just superheroes. They're completely fictional. And I would say, yes, I know that. I figured that one out when I was 10. I know that. And yes, it's in a whole fanciful world, in a world that you and I don't live in, that we were not found in a field coming from Krypton. And no, we probably didn't experience the tragedy that Bruce Wayne experienced and then had billions of dollars to train ourselves to do these kinds of things. Those things are incidental. What's core is these characters' character. So what's one of the things for Batman? Well, triumph can come out of tragedy. One huge thing for Superman. Why does he do what he does? Well, if you're strong, the math lesson is this: if you're strong, you need to use your strength to help those who don't have strength. We have too many stories already that remind us of our fallenness and of our littleness and our pettiness. What we need is stories that are able to show us of our greatness. Once again, my name is Father Mike Schmitz. This is Ascension Presents. If you like or didn't like, no, if you liked this, like it, subscribe, share it. Do those kinds of things that people do when they like something online. Do that thing, and then people will like it, and then we're gonna change Zack Snyder. He's gonna rewrite the entire movie, and people are gonna love it because it's gonna be about superheroes who are actually superly heroic. We can do this. You and I can make a difference. Just like Batman. Why are you trying to kill me, Joker?